Hey guys, I'm the Green Lantern.
I'm Nathan Drake.
And I'm Bob.
And I'm a wizard.
Oh, okay.
He's back.
So this is, because of upload schedule, this is the Halloween episode.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We're filming this right before Halloween.
Yep.
It'll be up before Halloween.
Special episode. That's why there are 4 of us.
Yeah.
Also, realistically, we do all dress like this in our normal everyday
I
lives.
actually
my
have to
normal
dress
attire.
down
I
for
wear
the
a t-shirt
episode.
for the show normally, and then I put this on after I leave.
Right.
Yeah.
And then people throw eggs at him.
This is the board game rundown.
This is the board game rundown.
It
Yeah,
is.
we got sidetracked with the costumes.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It is.
Crazy. So this week we've got games we've played. We've got Kickstarter news, then Kickstarters. Right? We're
Yep.
doing all right.
Oh, yeah, you're
Then we
good.
got a top 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, 3 of us have a top 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll chime in when I feel like it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
a wizard.
The wizard
I can
will
do
arrive
that.
whenever
Exactly.
he intends to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Never
never
early
early
nor late.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And of course, our top 5 will be on theme, but
Yep.
we'll get to that
We'll
in
get to
a
that.
minute.
Correct.
So games we played first.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so Bob and I will give you like the short version. We'll go into
Correct.
detail on like maybe 1 or 2, or we'll be here all day.
Correct.
Why don't you guys go first, and then
Yeah.
we will
Do you have
just
any?
tag team.
Only one, and we all played it last week, that there's a review for of in some corner, Dan.
Where would that be, Dan?
There we go.
is.
Now it will
Yeah.
manifest.
I'm sitting in a weird spot. I'm not sure where it is.
Right, right. Raccoon Tycoon.
Yeah,
with the Fat Cat expansion.
We played Raccoon Tycoon with the Fat Cat expansion, and these guys did a review of it, and I was
Edited
behind the camera.
it? Worked your magic.
Right.
Yeah. But I'll just say, I kind of feel the same way these guys do. It wasn't like,
Except for him.
yeah.
I liked it,
He
but it
gave
didn't
it a
blow my
freaking-
socks.
He gave it a freaking 9.
I give it an 8.
Yeah, but you wanted to give it a 9.
Yeah.
Your mom's.
It
a
was
9.
all right.
Thanks.
That didn't work like I wanted it to.
I think part of the problem for me was I wasn't really focused on getting like railroads at the start of the game or anything. I don't think a
Sure.
lot of us
Yeah,
were.
no one really was. Yeah.
And like,
He was almost getting him on accident.
yeah, and like halfway
Oh,
through, it's like,
cool.
oh yeah, we have to like get all these railroads to like end the game. It's like, oh, so I should have been. Oh, all right.
Well, I mean, it's
whatever.
Railroad
railroad.
yeah,
Well,
well,
it's
it's Raccoon
Raccoon
Tycoon. Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah,
Fair
you're.
enough.
Where's I only collect raccoons.
It's right.
We're the trash pandas.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
the only one I
So
played.
I actually do have 5 games.
Did you go to game night? Did you
I
go to
did
the game
night. I went to
Yeah,
Caleb's.
sweet.
So I won't go there yet because I'm gonna go in order, I guess. So the first thing I played actually was with some family, and we played King of Tokyo for a bit, and we did it with the Halloween expansion and
Yeah.
the
Appropriate.
power up stuff. So yeah,
Cool.
we played it with both, and it was cool. It was fun.
Yeah.
I haven't played with the Halloween expansion in a really long time, but we were like, let's bust out. It's October, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, King of Tokyo. Everyone knows King of Tokyo.
Yep.
With the Halloween expansion and of course power expansion, even better. It's a
Yeah,
fun
power
game.
up. Power up. Just leave in, right? Just always.
Yeah, power
play
up
with
always
power
leave in, and I forgot because it's been so long. It's Halloween gives you even more asymmetric powers. I totally forgot about that. That you just get a costume that gives you I
different
now
power.
do this.
Oh,
you know,
cool.
and like I'm a ghost, so my ability's this, and
Right.
she's a witch, her ability's
Can't
this.
see me in New York.
Sure.
Yeah. But so yeah, it fun times. King of Tokyo.
All right, Bob. What's the first game we played together? Or do you got to talk about something different?
Yeah.
first?
Okay. So the first game we played was the 5-minute mystery.
5-minute mystery.
Yep.
We talked about it last week.
I
think.
actually got to play a complete game and
yeah.
not just sit down and look at it
The
for 2
codex,
minutes.
right.
Yeah, and we actually taught my sister and brother-in-law and
Yep.
another guy.
Yeah, and everybody that we've taught and everybody I've seen that has played it has enjoyed it way more than the other 5-minute games.
That got played multiple times.
Multiple
in the
times.
2 days that we
Yeah.
were there. It's probably getting played today.
Yeah, it was played yesterday. It was played Friday and Saturday, and it's probably being played again today.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Fun game.
All right, what else? We'll just.
Yep.
We don't need to go into that one a
Yeah,
lot.
we,
We've
like
hit
all
it.
the games we played,
Oh,
we
you guys
played
are just
together.
gonna combine all yours?
Yeah, because we play.
Literally every game we played.
It rarely happens where we go to a game event and we sit down and play. Like every game we play, we have played together.
Sure.
But like it worked out. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So my next one is actually going to segue into the next one you should cover. So change your order for this. My mom picked up a game. She does this quite often. She's just at like a Goodwill or a thrift shop, and she just picks up games. So for $1.50, she found a game called Pass the Popcorn.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I see where he's going here.
It's a movie trivia game, and it was really fun. Super basic, obviously, but well worth $1.50. I actually looked it up, and it's a $30 game, Mom.
Oh, wow.
So good
Wow,
job.
nice find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so she did technically have to buy 2 copies and combine to get all the pieces, but that's still $3.
Yeah,
Right.
still not bad.
But anyway, so Pass the Popcorn is there's like a a deck box, right, with a bunch of cards in it, and I think, honestly, looking back on it, it's probably supposed to look like a box of popcorn.
Oh,
It's past the popcorn. I never thought about that. But so on the person's turn, they pull it out, and it says a year and a genre, so 1992 drama.
Oh, man.
And then we have things in front of us. We have cards that say, like, cast, characters, story, or quote. And the person to the character's left, or the person who's going's left, gets to pick what category they want, because they don't have all 4 in front of them necessarily. It's random at the beginning. And so if I have quote in front of me and no one else does, I might want to ask quote, because that means even if someone else gets it right, like, because once they say the quote, anyone can guess, but only if they guess, they only get a point if they have quote in front of them. So they could stop me from getting a point, but they don't get a point.
But they don't get a point
right?
either.
So anyway, though, like, so just an example, right, as the card goes down, and it might say, like, a 1992 drama, and then for cast was Tom Cruise, Jack Nicholson.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, got it.
And so
Few Good Men, directed by Rob
Few
Reiner.
Good Men. Yeah, that's all you have to say,
Moore,
right?
Kevin
And then
Pollak.
you flip your quote thing over, and then you keep collecting the little squares that are the things you get to pick, and it's just first person to a certain amount of those wins, and that was it. But I had a great time with such a simple game, because the thing I liked about it a lot was, now I did win both times that we played.
Of course you loved it.
I'm just saying I'm a bit of a movie buff and stuff. Like, I like movies a lot, and my family is less so. But the thing I liked about it so much was that even though I won both times, I felt like they stood a chance. The game did a good job of
balancing it out a little
mitigating that,
hitting very popular.
Because you do get into those types of games with people who know everything about movies, and then they're like runaway leader.
Yeah. Well, Jeff and I are gonna have like a Seen It showdown at some point in time. You guys are welcome to pretend to be on our teams while we just go.
While you answer everything.
Yeah.
But I liked about the thing I liked about, while yes, the movie buff will have an advantage, it did feel like as long as you know movies, like the
you've
movies
seen
exist,
some movies,
you're gonna do okay.
Right.
You're not gonna get nothing.
And a lot of people know A Few Good Men too, just like even if they haven't even seen it, you know?
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
I think I forget what game we were playing, where we even quoted like a bunch of stuff from that. You want me on that. You need me on that. You and I were going back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me on that wall.
We traded it. We changed it to whatever game we were playing.
Right.
Sure.
Because we were giving each other a hard time, and Bob's like, "Well, you wanted me there." And
Yeah.
and then it turned, very quickly escalated.
Yeah.
So we got to play the upcoming Colossal Games release. We got to play a prototype of B-movie titles.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And I hope this is what the real game box looks like.
Yeah.
It looks like an old VHS sleeve.
Right. You pull the game out.
Pull the game out. It looks like a VHS
tape.
cassette.
Yeah.
And then you open that up. And so
good.
Yeah.
what you do is you've got you pick a movie company, right, that you are. I was like
It's
the sparkling.
slightly arbitrary. There's no asymmetry there.
No, I was the
made up
sparkling
movie companies.
Yep.
Yes.
I was like Sparkling Unicorn.
Yeah, that was like 2 moons.
Parallel Universal Studios.
Yeah. I don't even know if it was that good. But,
Right.
but essentially, there's a bunch of little popcorn tokens. They're on one side. It's got a numerical value. It could be 0.
Yeah, 0
which is
to
a
4.
bummer.
I think is the.
And then there's definitely some 4s. I don't know if I saw anything higher than a 4.
No,
there might
4
be.
is the highest one I saw.
But anyways, so those are all like face down in the box. Okay. Then there's a big old deck of cards that are just random adjectives,
things.
or
post-apocalyptic,
nouns
voodoo,
that have appeared in B movies,
radioactive, like just things like that.
And so everybody has basically a yes card and a no card. And you've got a yes card with an exclamation point that you can use one time to give you more
it's a
points.
super yes.
Yeah, kind of. But then, so like I've got these 5 cards in my hand, and like the first one I played, I tried to go with like you could play as many as you want.
But you have to make it make sense. You have to be able to pitch it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what was it? Chris that was playing had that dinosaurs
Dinosaur Love on Ice.
Dinosaur Love on
Everyone's
Ice.
like, yep, we're in.
Yeah, he didn't even have to go through
He
the
didn't
pitch.
yeah.
We were all like,
yep, we're in.
I almost wish, going off what your reaction just was, I almost wish the yes exclamation point card was like, it just said like sold.
Yeah.
So, you have that moment where you're just like sold.
Sold.
Like
Yeah.
that's all
It's normally supposed to be everybody has their hidden vote ready, and then you all flip it at the
So
same
what
time.
I did was I had
Okay.
like zombie, werewolf, and the ghost card. Like,
Right.
or like
Something like
redneck
that.
revenge or the redneck
Right.
castle, ancient revenge in the redneck
Yeah.
castle was like one I
that
had.
one exists.
Yeah.
And then, so then what we did, assuming we played it right, what we did was it's like, okay, so like who do you have to be in your movie?
Yeah, because you ask them, you can ask them
And you
questions
make all
about
that
things.
up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to.
Right.
You could just go, yeah, that's really funny, yes or no. But we really got into
Yeah,
it.
sure.
Right.
You know, it's like, well, I've got John Carpenter
Oh,
writing.
Marlon
Right.
Brando is
Yeah.
gonna.
Who's gonna be your lead actor?
I
Yeah.
mean,
You know, like
I
who'd you get to play
couldn't
that
get
Wood's
part?
John
gonna direct
Carpenter.
every movie I put down. So.
Yeah.
I couldn't get John Carpenter, but I got his cousin Jim Splurpender.
Sure.
You know, like,
Right.
You know,
Jim
I
Plummer.
asked Bob, I was like, who wrote the screenplay? And he's like, I did.
Yeah.
I'm like,
He was right there, yeah. He's like, who's in the music? Your mom.
no.
No.
Yeah, you could almost create a metagame there where like you're like the Scorsese DiCaprio thing where you have one actor that's in all your movies.
All your movies, yeah.
Just, he
Tim
fills
Burton,
some
but Johnny
role.
Depp's gonna be in it. Yeah.
You know, Bob had a clown one, and
Yeah.
one of the other guys was like, are there juggalos?
Yeah. How do we keep the juggalos away?
And then it was sort of like, are there juggalos? And then you just have decided that's going to make or break like your
Right.
yes or
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
But you don't know which one.
Which way they want you to
is that
go.
gonna tip it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
And then, so the best thing about it, though, right? So it's not just like getting everybody to like your movie. It is
Being on the right side.
being on the right side. You score points if you are in the majority
Right.
of
Okay.
yeses, or
no's.
no's. And then the player that pitches the movie basically scores 1 point per card. That
If it gets made.
if it gets made, that's in the
Okay.
title.
Yep.
So sometimes you can
Interesting.
shoot the moon and try to string together
All
five.
But it's quirky, and people
But
are
if
like,
you've
well,
got Dinosaur
you're reaching.
Love
No.
on ice,
Yeah.
I mean, it was
it's just
only
3, but it's great, you know?
Yeah, everybody was in on it, and
Yeah.
then so you go. Everybody basically pitches 3 movies. Like you go around 3 times,
Right.
and then you just count up your points
Yep.
at the end. Game over.
Yeah.
Man.
And it was crazy because I only had like one movie that was approved, and it was only 3, but I was on the right side so many times.
Yeah.
I was able to win.
You were so
Interesting.
bad at pitching movies.
I was so
But
That's the thing, though. Is like I thought my first one was great, right? Because it was like the voodoo clown babe, family babe, right? So she's a clown for a side hustle, and she like takes the kids and she does like voodoo stuff with them, you know, and like casting spells and stuff.
You
I
won't
like how the
detail.
clown's the side hustle part.
Yeah, the clown's the side hustle part, and then like the voodoo just happens, you know.
yeah, we asked a lot of questions.
You did ask a
And
lot of
it was-
questions.
and that's when the Juggalos.
But
thing
yeah, the
came in.
juggalos popped up, and then that was over.
Yeah,
The juggalos showed up, and everybody left.
but
It's
yeah,
unfortunate, but you know.
B movie title.
I think it's coming to Kickstarter
Probably
27th.
soon.
Yeah,
It's real
soonish. Yeah, real soon.
Colossal Games though.
Yep.
So yeah, we were lucky. There was a guy from Colossal Games that was playing games there, brought the prototype.
Yep.
Got to
Awesome.
check it
Yeah,
out.
that was cool.
Sweet.
Sometimes it's right place, right time. you
Right?
know?
Yeah, that happens.
So
Not to me.
Yeah.
friends
Oh,
and,
yeah.
sorry, Dan.
I keep
Friends and
looking at
family.
you.
Just friends and family.
I get it. I get it.
Friends
Let's see.
and
What
family.
is
Because I don't have any more games I play this week.
Oh, next I'm not going to go in detail at all. I was at my mom's for a bit, and she wanted to play. Well, I wanted to play something heavier-ish,
Yeah.
and so we wound up settling on Arctic Scavengers. Not
Okay,
super
cool.
heavy, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yep, very
middle
solid.
heavy.
Yeah.
Middle weight, little basic deck builder thing. And she seemed to enjoy it. She was super tired, but
Yeah.
she said she was like, next time you come over, let me know, and we'll start that first, and you know, actually
Sure.
get through it.
So
While
if
I'm
people
away.
wanted to know about Arctic Scavengers, where were they able to find?
Probably where is it? Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah, so Arctic Scavengers deck building game. We covered it in Board Game Roulette recently, and we've talked about it quite a bit. So.
Which the board game roulette will be coming out later this
month.
week.
Yeah, later this
Correct.
week.
Well,
Ooh,
probably
yeah.
before this is out, right? I didn't look at the date.
It'll be probably the day after this comes out,
Oh, okay.
maybe a day
Yeah.
or two after,
Cool.
Okay,
on.
there you go.
depending on how fast I edit
Awesome.
this.
Sure.
Fair enough. All right, Bob. What did we play next?
Paranormal Detectives.
Oh yeah, I forgot we played that. I'm
Yeah,
glad
that's
you
why I
wrote
was
that
writing
down.
them down as we played them.
Glad you wrote that down. Yeah, I really like Paranormal.
Yeah, it's
Detectives.
Mysterium-esque. The ghost is one person's a ghost. They've been killed, and then they're trying to figure out how they died. There's like the who, the why, the where, the when, right? And with what the weapon was. And you have each character has their own set of cards where you can ask questions with a different way that the ghost can respond.
So maybe a Ouija board.
It's
Right.
like
Oh,
Mysterium-esque, right?
Yes,
Okay.
esque. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So there might be like a Ouija board. There's the Hangman's Knot, which is essentially like a pair of pipe cleaners.
And they can just
You
form
can
into
shape
things.
You can shape it into things. And so when
There's a
you-
clue where they write on your back,
Right.
And so you get like a secret
Sure.
clue like that. And
Yeah, I need that clue again. That-
yeah, I know, right?
yeah.
That's
so-
not what he wants.
I know.
but you can. But the thing is when you ask for a clue, you got to be careful because
You don't-
everybody
everybody
else
gets to hear the
potentially
evidence.
gets to see your clue.
Right,
I mean, now
except
the
for the
back
back
writing
writing
thing is
Sure.
tough. But then yeah, then by your turn, you're gonna
Yep.
you can try to solve it.
Yeah, you'd be like,
You know?
okay, you were this person here, and you were killed because of this, and this is why, you know.
And there's like a thing on the board that the spirit player can use there is like a chalk outline of like a body.
Yeah.
And then you put wounds
Wherever the wounds
wherever-
are.
So,
Yeah, okay.
Right. So it might be like all over. It might just be like in the heart or, on a wrist.
Yeah.
And,
It's a neat little deduction game.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yep,
That
it's solid.
sounds, the
Yeah.
way you're describing it sounds like it's, for me, it sounds like I would like it more than Mysterium.
Yeah. Because Mysterium is like really open for interpretation, right? I mean, you have like
Yeah.
all these really weird abstract pictures, and you're like, I don't know what you're trying to say to me, you know?
Seems like the art guy would be all over that.
This
though.
one's a little more
I-
like specific.
Well, when I played it, like you have to know the people you're playing with, I feel like, to like
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
And like,
to know how they think and they process.
yeah,
A
and they're
lot
like,
of games
they
are
kept
like
handing me clues. It's like, I don't know what you're like trying to tell me with this.
This makes no sense.
It's very
Yeah.
abstract.
Very abstract. And I was just like,
It was over your wizard hat even. It's so far up there.
Way goes over my wizard hat.
Yeah.
So
All right, Dan.
my next one's the big one. So I do have to
Yeah.
go in depth a little bit on this one. I
Please
tried to
do.
go a little faster on the other ones, but
Okay.
so I finally played. Now we're at Caleb's. I finally played a Game of Thrones, the board game.
Yeah.
That's been on my list for a really long
Nice.
time.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
really good. I
It is a
liked
good
it.
game.
I
I'm
liked
glad
it a
you
lot.
liked it.
I did terribly, but I do think that part of that was a bit unfair.
Caleb's
stabbed
a
me-
shark.
I was
He's really
yeah.
good at those
I was
games.
a bit forced to play Greyjoys, and I think that you should never have to play Greyjoys your first game. That was
They're
so
tough.
difficult.
They are
Like
tough.
I kind of had to turtle for the first like half of the game, and then you can't turtle in that game because you can only have a certain amount of units per country or whatever
Right,
you want to
any
call it
area,
anyway.
yeah.
Right.
So like you can't turtle like you can in other games. So like I had to wind up busting through Spencer in the ocean, which I hear the Greyjoys are great at. I won every ship battle I was in.
Right.
But I had to wind up busting through Spencer to start making my way down south. But by that point, it was too late. Like they had already started this huge fight in the south.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I wasn't really able to do much. I think the guy who won, Spencer won with 9 castles.
Right.
And I think at that point I had 3 or
Wow.
something.
Sure.
Like I had more than that at one point, but like, I was just taking over so easy. And
What was your total player count?
we did a 4-player game.
4 player. Okay.
That's good. That's good.
That's a good number.
I will say though, anyone listening who is interested, and I don't know about you guys think about this, but Caleb really thinks from now on though, he in a 4-player game, he is not going to play with the Greyjoys. He is
Okay.
going to play with the green. Is that Tyrell?
Yeah, the Tyrells.
Tyrells.
He's going to play with them instead
you
because
should
the board
use them
placement.
as a neutral faction.
Not
You should
even
use-
that. He's just saying.
No, what you do is you throw the Greyjoys on, and basically
Oh,
you have
them
to
as
beat
a-
those.
sure.
You have to beat those
Right. But they don't-
pieces
Yeah.
to get that territory.
to get that territory.
Sure.
Like there's other, you know what I mean? There's like
Yeah.
Dorne has some things like, oh, you've got to take Sunspear, you've got to have like a 5 combat value,
Sure.
whatever, right?
He was just saying it just feels like the
You're more-
board is not balanced because it's so lore accurate.
Right.
That your spawn positions are so imbalanced that like the Baratheons can just take the entire southern board with no one stopping them.
I
in a
agree
4-player
with
game.
I agree with that
So,
statement
yeah.
100%. As somebody who's played that game a bunch of
Sure.
times.
So yeah, he actually said from now on he's home ruling that and he's going to see how it works out.
I'm really
But
glad that you liked it though.
I
'cause-
loved it. I'm really part of me really wants to get it because I think Catherine would like it a lot and stuff too. But at the same time, like Lords of Hellas is such a good area control game and stuff that I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm ever gonna want to play another one.
Right.
So I don't know, but yeah, Game of Thrones is very good, and if you're interested in it because the lore, it does that perfectly.
Yeah.
It's
That's the
almost
theme. It's
so
right on theme.
it's almost so lore heavy and so accurate that it's a detriment to the game. Like because of some balance issues and stuff. But
Right.
it was a great time. No alcohol required.
Cool.
Yeah, it is
Alright.
so good. I'm glad you liked it. I
Yeah.
love that game. All right, Hoop, what do we play next?
Next, we played probably the worst game of Nemesis we've ever played.
The worst.
It was so bad.
If this was the first game I had ever played of Nemesis, I would never play again.
Yeah.
I walked away just like, I hate this
Just
game.
'cause
And I
so
feel
unlucky.
I feel bad that it was Julia and Patrick's first experience.
It was.
Yeah.
You've got to talk them into
Oh.
doing it again.
I think they will. I think because they're asking because his objective was gave him no direction, right? Because he was just him and somebody else had to survive. So he's like, what do I do?
Oh, how do I do
Yeah,
that?
how do we make this game end? And our
Okay.
die
He didn't
rolls
have
were
anything,
so
like-
terrible.
Yeah, we had terrible die rolls. And here's the thing, and I think because I have never encountered so many aliens in a game of
Yeah,
Nemesis
so
that it hadn't
many.
really come up before. But when you go to fight one, you flip over a card, and that's its health
Yes.
for that round.
Oh yeah, sure.
Get ready to edit me. That is bullshit.
Yeah, because its health changes every round.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
That's
so
how it's
you
always
flip it over
been,
and it's
but
5 and it
it
has
is
4
weird.
wounds. And it's like, okay, so it lives. So then you hit it again and you flip it over like, oh, it only had 3 hit points this time. It was already dead when you hit it.
Correct,
You
yeah.
know?
That is
Oh.
garbage.
It's done.
That
Yeah,
is
I don't like
garbage.
it.
Yeah.
It's my worst
We
mechanic
killed
of the game.
one alien, and we had every adult on the board.
The queen was out there. The breeder was out there. Like
it.
there were like
I've never had a
6
problem
or
with
7
that.
adults.
Bad news bears.
I've never had a problem with
It
that
was
system, but
bad.
like you said, I've never had to fight a bunch at once,
And
and it might be worth home,
I
house
fix
rules
that a
will
little bit
not
and just
play
see
it
if that
unless
works.
I'm fine if you want to reveal that, and then that is that.
That dude's
guy's
hit points.
health.
Okay, 5. Okay, so that guy has 5 hit points now. I'm not gonna flip
Throw
another
a 6-sided
card.
die by it and just
Sure.
put a 5.
Yeah.
But I will not play it with a rotating
Rotating hit
rando
points.
health.
Yeah.
I'm done.
How many hit points
But
you got
the
today
aliens
there, Tim?
adapt.
Yeah.
I adapted
Adapt.
by leaving. That was done.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate.
It
And then
was
we could not
terrible.
shoot anything. And then finding ammo was so hard because there were so many aliens everywhere we couldn't search. You know, and yeah, it was rough.
And I heard Tim should have been dead like an hour earlier or something.
Yeah, about 30 minutes because he had too many serious wounds.
More than
but we
30
forgot.
minutes. I had I was walking around with like 5 serious wounds for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you got
don't you
2 or
die
3
on
of
the
those in one
third or
turn though.
something?
I
The
did.
third one, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fun times.
Yeah, I was about to say I need to play this game because you guys talk about it all the time.
It's
I
my favorite game of
hear
all time.
usually mostly good things about it.
Yeah.
But
it's
just,
usually
I
a
just
really
have
good
to
experience.
ask: are there usually that many aliens?
Normally we
I've
get
never-
like maybe 3 to 5 aliens on
Yeah.
board at one time.
Right.
This was like almost every room had a freaking alien.
That's
in it.
crazy.
You know?
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It was
So
like
it was
we
like
were
a
in-
a bad coincidence there.
we were
Yeah,
in
it was-
danger
it was
of
a-
losing the game because we didn't have models to put on the board.
Yeah, that's how bad it got.
That is
Yeah.
It was
crazy.
that bad.
Is that an actual rule?
No,
Okay.
technically other things happen instead of you losing.
Oh, I
the
thought you
fire, but we
said-
ended up losing because we ran out of fire tokens.
That's what always happens.
Yeah, and then we couldn't use the fire suppression because there was a monster in there.
Yep.
Yeah,
There might have been 2 or
Yeah.
3 in there.
and the queen was roaming that spot too.
Yep.
so
Show him playing with the android. He can like hack the
you can do
computer from a
anywhere.
different room or
Yeah,
something.
this is true.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Nemesis, great game.
It's usually a great
it's
game.
unfortunate that happens.
Yes, yep. And like I said, it was unfortunate that was their first experience.
Even after hearing that, still my favorite game.
All right, what else you got there, Dano?
Last one for me. I know I'm a loser, but so Caleb owns and has never played Caverna.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, he got it
So you
from me.
spent 2
Yeah.
days playing that?
actually,
High five.
actually, with teaching Caleb, it took like 2 hours. I thought
Yeah.
I
That's
thought
not
we did
bad.
pretty good.
You were playing with a smart group of guys
Right,
that are
experienced
very.
Oh, well, at that
gamers.
point, most people had left. It was literally just me, Catherine, and Caleb.
Oh, right
Okay.
on. Right
So
on.
Catherine, Caleb, and I. So we taught him, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. He was, though, I'll say, sorry, Caleb, it's on tape. He was very tired at that point, and he was a little drunk. But he seemed to have a good time, and he stomped us. Honestly,
Wow.
I've never seen points that high. And it was
Really?
his first game. Yeah. I mean, I always tell people going into the game, maybe this is a little lenient, but I always say average scores are like in the 80s. That's what I usually say to people. That's what you're kind of shooting for. I got around 70. Catherine had around 50, but it's because she did what she usually does, which she built up what she liked, but she had no endgame scoring.
Right.
So she got what she wanted, but then
I
Didn't
just
help-
want
didn't
to
help
I'm
at the
done.
end.
I just
Yeah.
want to make the sheep. and
Yeah.
make it-
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work this time. She's won multiple times doing that. But Caleb, I've never seen someone do it before. He had everything. He had an amazing farm. He had an amazing cave. He had a bunch of animals. He had all this stuff. He wound up having like 130 points.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen points
That's a
that
pretty high score.
So yeah, I was kind of blown away. Like you said, though, he's good.
He's a shark,
Yeah,
man. He's good at games.
He focuses and he knows what he's doing. And we did technically play with a rule that I've basically always done wrong because I just don't care. But I play it that way with my family so much that when I taught the game with him, I
just
explained it
was-
wrong.
you're right.
And halfway through the game, I realized it, and I was like, whatever, it doesn't matter. But basically, we were leveling up the adventures too fast. And I do that all the time, so people can get to level 14 adventure or
That does
exploration
help
pretty
get your
fast.
points up faster.
But as long as everyone does it, I just don't care.
Right,
It
it's
just
still
kinda-
fair amongst
yeah.
you, but comparing that score total to somebody who played correctly.
But
Caverna, though,
anyway,
yeah, nice.
Caverna,
2 hours.
just
That's not
really
bad.
good game. Yeah, I said
Yeah,
with
it's
teaching,
fun.
I was happy. I was like, we were flying through it for a long time. So yeah, good game.
Cool.
All right,
Awesome.
what
We can
was
leave
next?
now.
So next up, played a game that's super popular. It's the first time we had a chance to play it, and we loved it. And I'm probably gonna buy it and pimp it out myself. Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
really liked it that
Quacks
much.
of
It was amazing.
That was
I
your
think
first
that
time
Sarah,
playing it,
was my
right?
first time
Yes.
playing it. I think I was like even today I was explaining more of it to Sarah like more in depth. She's like, that sounds interesting.
Is that
yeah.
the board you put up on the chat? or something.
Yeah,
That
one
might
of
have
them.
been one of them. Yeah,
'Cause
it
I-
looked
Yeah,
like
it was
a
a big
pot
circle.
with a
Yeah.
spiral.
Yeah.
That
It's a
looked
big
like a really
cauldron.
cool board.
Yeah, it is.
I was
You're
totally
cauldron,
down
you're
with that
adding
board.
ingredients to
Yeah.
it, trying to make this potion, basically.
Yeah, it's a bag building. Press your luck because you can basically you just keep drawing until you bust.
Right.
So you
Want to stop before you bust.
right.
Ideally.
No, you keep drawing until you bust.
I'm gonna guess Tim didn't win.
No, he didn't.
You want to go?
Hey, I only busted one time.
Okay.
I only busted, even though I thought I busted like 3 different
Oh, I
times.
busted. Oh, wait, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Good night, everybody.
But yeah, Quacks. A lot of people have
Yeah.
already seen it and played
great.
it. It is so good.
Yeah.
It actually lived up to the hype.
It did.
And
Yeah, I will probably be buying this, and I'll probably end up getting all the fancy bits.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I've only heard amazing things about this game. The look of it does not interest me at all. Not
Yeah.
saying it's ugly or anything, but I'm just saying the
Right,
type of
it's
game it is, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah.
Yeah.
But I've heard only great things.
yeah, Quacks was awesome.
So they call it quacks because they're like makeshift doctors and not real doctors. Oh, take this potion. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take it. It's
yeah.
what
Yeah,
ails
bunch
ya,
of
you know?
quacks. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of quacks.
exactly.
Okay.
And yeah, you're kind of you can buy other tokens to add to your
Add
bag.
to your bag. Yeah.
Give you different like
Abilities and
things
scoring
and abilities.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's
Really cool.
pretty fun.
Yep.
All right,
All
Rick,
right.
what was next?
Next up is a game that Tim actually won, MiniSteel.
Woo!
Yeah, we talked
Oh.
about it a bunch. It was a good
Woo.
time. We had some
Does
time
count.
to kill.
We-
yeah,
yeah,
it
we talked-
doesn't really count though.
we taught a stranger.
Yeah.
Basically, we met him playing Quacks.
Playing quacks. Yeah, he taught us quacks. We taught him MiniSteel.
Yep, and I killed Bob twice, so it was even better.
Wow.
It was so satisfying.
You came back from the dead with
I
the
did.
thing?
It was funny 'cause I'm like, oh, do you have the stat? I was like, oh, nope, I had it.
And then
And I
the
died
best
again.
part was that after I killed Bob and it went in, the pile reshuffled, and then I drew it. So then I had it. But I killed Bob
He reshuffled.
twice. And I killed John.
You have to make that clear.
Yeah.
Who we were playing with.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah,
odds.
fun.
it went over well.
Yep.
That game is fun. It was easy to teach.
Yep.
It is consistent. MiniSteel.
On Kickstarter right now, we have a preview.
And it's almost done on
Yeah,
Kickstarter, right?
it'll be like
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah, it's got a little over a
less.
week right now,
So.
as of recording.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the same guy, I know them, taught us a new game that's popular. It just had a new reprint get done, and hopefully it'll be in the store soon. Lords of Vegas.
We played
Oh,
Lords of Vegas.
the new
Dan
edition.
won't
Okay.
like this
Well, we
because
played
it's
the original
entirely
edition.
luck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's entirely luck based, right? Because you're rolling dice.
Dan.
Dan,
Luck-based.
sorry, Dan.
Yeah, luck
But it's a
based.
great
Luck-based.
gambling, dice rolling game.
Gosh,
you're
it's so
building
good.
casinos, flipping cards over. Certain casinos pay out, and you get money.
So-
You're going to become the boss, and you push people.
So when you
out.
build a casino, right? You've got there's like a
five
2 on the
different
board.
types.
So you're gonna take your die. You're gonna put 2 on it. So Bob, if he can, he might build a casino right next to me and build it of the same type. But his die type is a 4 instead of a 2. So he is the casino boss.
Oh, okay.
Well, what you do is you can pay like
Money.
basically $1 or $1 million
$1,000,000
per pip.
Oh,
and
to up
both
it.
players
restructure.
Oh, you
Interesting.
restructure the you want to restructure the
my
casino.
God.
Then you both got to roll off,
So
and whoever's
it
the
was
highest one is the
amazing
boss.
because Bob
So many
and
times.
John both had like 3 dice each in this casino, and I had 1. And at least 2 different times they paid to restructure,
right,
and
'cause
I
one
was
would
the
get-
boss.
I'd be higher, he'd be higher, and then yeah.
So you didn't win. So your
That's-
message.
Actually,
You did?
I did win.
Okay, I was wondering if your
It's
message
actually
was
a really
passive
cool
aggressive or not, because I
mechanic.
saw
Oh, no.
I saw your message
Yeah.
saying like absolutely no luck was involved. Or
Yeah, well, it's just more to you.
The great thing about this game is that so the casino, you're going to draw a casino card at the beginning of your turn.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to basically give you a plot, and you put a chip on there, and that's where you can build.
Yep. So you
Okay.
got that area reserved for
And
yourself.
you always generate like $1 million
Income.
from the plot, so you're always gaining some money on your turn. The other thing is the casino type. That type of all the casinos of that type
on the card.
give you money of the
out.
cards you draw. They
Interesting.
pay out. So
And you can also bet money in other people's casinos.
yeah, so I can
So
go
like,
to
I'm
one
going
of
to
your
your casino and bet
casinos,
20 million. Is that cool? Yeah, okay. Roll the dice. And,
and then if I win,
Yeah.
I get 20 million of your dollars, or I have to give you 20
Okay.
million.
yeah.
And you can like go halves.
The house
so
always
the-
wins.
So the bank could take half. You could like make the bank take half, but then you only get half if you win.
Okay.
Right.
But the amazing thing is that after you know that there's 9 of each casino type
Right.
in the deck. Okay, so you can tell. We had one casino nobody ever built because
There's like 7 or 8.
7 of them
Yeah.
came out really early before anybody had casinos, and it's like, well, there's only 2 more of those cards in that deck. I'm not
Not going to build that type.
going to build that type. And also, as the basically in the last third of the deck, maybe the last quarter of the deck, there is a base game over card.
Right.
in
And
there.
then it's over right then.
And so Bob with a turn, like basically restructured, and I was like, I just need a turn. If I get one more turn, I can
Because
beat
I had
Bob.
2 dice to his 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because Bob basically took over the casino, which meant he was going to score the points for it.
Yeah.
I was like, I just need one more turn. I flipped over that card, and it was the dang game over card.
Yeah, so I managed, because like so many times he kept beating me. Then finally, my next turn I did it again, and I got ahead of him. I got a 6, and I was ahead of him. And he's like, "That's okay. I'm just gonna redo it on my turn anyway." Game over.
Nice.
Yeah.
awesome.
So the timing of it, the gambling aspect, because it is sort of like pressing your luck. You're like, okay.
It's so much
So
fun.
the game over card is a card you flip over from the deck.
Yeah.
So it could be like on the top of the deck. You wouldn't know, right?
You
It
split
probably
the deck into 4
pandemics.
piles.
Yeah, you do.
Put it in the one, you
okay,
shuffle it in
okay.
there, and then it goes
Yeah,
in the
it's
bottom.
in the bottom quarter of the.
Gotcha.
Anywhere in the bottom quarter.
I was like, that seems like it would be like really like.
Yeah.
It could be
One
like,
turn in. Woo, win.
It could be like the very last card. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It could be, but it's in that little bottom half, Downfall of Pompeii kind
Yep,
of style.
exactly. That's what I
Gotcha.
was gonna say.
So yeah.
I was
was
gonna say
super cool,
pandemic.
though.
That's why. Yeah.
But yeah, we had heard of Lords of Vegas. I believe you were
Yeah,
the one that
it's
brought it up on
super
the
famous.
when
Yeah.
it was on Kickstarter.
After we got
months
done,
ago.
I tried to get on there and do like a late pledge, but it's already closed.
Yeah.
So I gotta wait for it. Hopefully it'll get in this.
It was that
store
good
soon.
though. It was that good.
Yeah,
it was
it's
a good
known.
time.
Yeah,
Lords
it's
of
famous
Vegas.
for a reason, I'm sure.
Yep. After that, we had our big annual
8-player
Cthulhu Wars.
Yeah, won't get into it a ton, but
Yeah, we'll get it done. But yeah, and I was impressed because like one of our friends bought his daughter. She's what, 12, 13?
Yeah.
And she did really well.
but she plays Anachrony.
Yeah, she plays an actor with me. So I mean, she's a super sharp girl, and yeah, she
She did well. She was
a couple of
aggressive.
new players. Yeah, it was
we had-
aggressive. Yeah, but
we
it was
had
a
some
fun game.
Yes, Chocho's won.
Chocho's won. They always win.
Right.
They're a bit overpowered, and nobody would attack him. He stayed down at the bottom, and he had just literally minis piled on top of minis. And
He only basically was in 2 territories
Yeah.
the whole game. Which
but he
is
played it right
ridiculous.
though.
He
You know,
did,
get his high priest out, do a ritual, get rid of them all. You know, so
which is
that's how you win.
Greek to those who haven't played it.
Yeah.
Cthulhu Wars is really good.
That's
how
why the
you
game
win.
sucks.
Yeah. What?
I love
What
it.
else you got?
After that, okay, we had the B movies, which you talked about, and then we had one of the coolest games that we played and learned, Abomination.
Oh, yeah.
Heir
We
to
got to play
Frankenstein.
Abomination.
yeah,
Heir of
creating your own
Frankenstein.
body
Yeah,
thing,
and like
yeah.
the body pieces, it's so on theme. It was great.
Yeah, who won that one?
Yeah, Tim did win a game.
Well, that's 2 games.
Barely. Well, Mini still didn't count, remember?
Oh yeah, no, it didn't.
Wait, what? Yeah,
But those are the only 2 he won.
Abomination, Heir to Frankenstein.
That was great.
I've heard the complaint on it is it can take a long time
It can.
to play.
It was about 2.5 hours.
It was with like us, well,
Learning.
three learning and one person who had played it a ton
Right.
teaching, and we had a good teacher. She did a really good job.
Yep.
But the board and your player boards, everything is very intuitive.
Yep.
I've
It's-
watched a
Yeah,
gameplay
it's not
of it.
hard
Really
to play.
well designed, and I mean, she kept saying it. The girl that was teaching us, she kept saying it's like, well, I don't mind a long game if I'm enjoying every minute of it, right?
Right.
Like Twilight Imperium,
Yeah, I
right?
just said that
Yeah.
about Twilight Imperium.
That's what she
the
said. She's
other
like, I
day.
love that game, but I'm enjoying it all the time, so it's fine.
So we just
Yeah, being long and overstaying your welcome is not the same
2
thing.
different
right
things.
Yeah.
Nemesis.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just
Except for
mad.
that one.
That took a long time.
That took way too long. It took longer to play Nemesis.
Yeah.
And then my brother-in-law, who played Nemesis with us, then was trying to be a good host. Some people showed up, and they wanted to play Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. So he went from one long, frustrating game that
boy.
didn't do anything
to another one.
To another one. They didn't even finish. They just
They
gave
they
up
found
after
one
3.5
clue the whole
hours.
time.
Oh,
Like,
jeez.
They
yeah,
just
it
gave
was
up.
rough.
And I was like, that's a
Oh.
bad night.
That's a bad day.
Because right
That's why
after
he
right after Nemesis, we played Quacks, we played MiniSteel, we played Lords of Vegas.
Yeah, we
we're
got
just
to-
having a good time.
Time to cool down.
We're,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're laughing, we're talking trash, and
He's in the other room, like, looking defeated. Yeah.
but yeah, we played a ton of
Yeah.
awesome
So
games.
that was
That's
it.
good.
That was
Yeah.
it.
That's it.
Hey, we're done with that section of
Game
the
over,
video.
man. Yeah, we tried to keep it quick. We knew we'd have a ton.
Here's
Correct.
the good news. Is next is news.
news,
And I have none.
I got the big news of the week.
What is it? What is
Descent 3rd Edition.
Yeah.
Oh.
They've revealed now the artwork, the
Yeah.
cost.
The ultimate dungeon crawl experience, I think is something.
Yeah, Legends of the
looks really
Dark. So 40 new hero and monster minis. It is it is app supported, so the app
You don't have to have that 1v
the
mini.
Overlord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just
Which
for a
is
reminder,
nice.
this is the one that was like
Gen Con,
revealed
they
at
just showed-
Gen Con.
They
yeah,
just showed the
yeah.
box.
Yeah, they literally just they pretended like they
Like
were
they
accidentally
brought it
still
up.
recording. Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about the new artwork.
Really?
Yeah,
I've
but
only
the,
seen the box. I haven't
the
seen
minis look amazing.
Yeah, of course they do.
They look so good.
They better.
There's also, and I don't know what this is going to look like, but they say that there's 46 pieces of 3D terrain.
Okay.
So OG Descent, you might like throw some tiles down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like tiles on top of tiles. So I don't know what the 3D terrain is going to look like.
Yeah.
You play through 16 quests to complete the game that is in that box. Now here's the tough part about this. What do you think a game like that is going to cost you?
Oh no.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I would just assume the thing is I obviously have no idea how many miniatures are coming in, blah blah blah. But
40 minis.
Okay, that's gonna be a lot. But I mean, I'm still gonna say that they're gonna try to, because it's Descent. They're gonna try to go around like 150. So maybe higher than that. I'm gonna say they're gonna shoot for 180, and they're probably gonna do better than that.
I can't believe that you went that high. It is $174.95.
Yeah.
I thought so. Like original Descent, it's like $60, and then you buy like a crap ton of expansions to go on with it. And I'm sure there will be a crap ton of expansions, but $175 to get into a game start.
I'm basing it off of that's Twilight Imperium.
It's tough.
The new Twilight Imperium is 150. So
It's tough.
probably not anymore.
I feel
when it
like
came out, it was
this
150.
also may be made for the people who already know it Descent and like it too.
It's almost
you know?
like a collector's thing.
Yeah.
And it's a gigantic box, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the minis look amazing, but they did like this weird, almost cartoony kind of art for like the character sheets.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see as more comes out. I don't have a date on when that's popping yet, though.
Sure.
That's my news.
Okay.
All
Nothing
right.
from you, Bob?
Nope.
Cool. Then the next
Kickstarter.
section is starter kicks.
I have one.
You have, Kickstarter? I was like, you have
Yeah.
news? Sorry.
No.
Okay.
No, I have a Kickstarter, but
Okay.
I may save it in case someone else talks about it, or maybe not.
No,
Or-
steal
go
somebody
ahead.
else's.
Yeah,
you
steal
got
it.
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, fun
Don't
day.
let us
You go
steal your
first.
thunder.
There's this Kickstarter. It keeps popping up on
that was mine.
Facebook,
Oh, yeah.
and
Show's over.
yeah, and I looked at it and it looks cool. I don't know a lot about it because like the video doesn't really talk a lot about it, but it's called Quin, Quin,
Nope.
and it says it's this game about light and dark, and they explain that it's kind of like a new chess, where it's just like it's a magnetic board with like a circular like solar system looking thing on it, and you have these magnetic pieces. One person plays like white pieces, one person plays dark pieces, and you have to get at least one of your pieces to the center of this like solar system, to like the star in it. And there's like a hidden like glyph mechanic in it too, where you have to hide the glyphs on each of your pieces, but the other person can like steal a glance at it, and somehow that plays into it.
Okay.
I don't know that much more about it, but it's these people's like first board game, but the like actual like team behind it looks more like a marketing company than a board game company. So
Called Quin.
Quin,
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, who knows? It
Yeah.
could be Keen. It could be anything. You know.
Right.
Shin.
Who's next?
Sure. I'll do one I'm super excited for. Thanks for sharing, Jeff.
Yeah.
Super excited for Freedom 5.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh man, Freedom 5. So this is a Sentinels comics board game, Sentinels of the Universe, card game that
Multiverse?
Sentinels
Sentinels
of
of
the
the Multiverse. What did I say?
Universe.
Whatever.
Yeah.
There's multiple universes.
So
Universe.
they're in one of those at least. Yeah.
Yeah. But card game that we love. And so this is, let's see, 1 to 5 players by Arcane Wonders. That's all already a good sign.
Yep.
$49 to $200, but the $200 thing is these amazing huge pre-painted miniatures.
Oh, wow.
I like
They look
pre-painted.
so good, man.
So
Arcane Wonders is solid company anyways.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is based off of a video game called Freedom 5. Like it's like an older kind of PC game from the 90s. I could be wrong on that, and I will correct myself if I do.
Well, it's possible. It's based off
Yeah.
the Sentinels comic book
I
thing.
mean, those are the characters in it, but like
okay.
Yeah, but it
So
could have
maybe
been
it's-
also that. is
Maybe
what
it's
I'm saying.
not. I don't know.
right.
I
don't know how
Maybe
old
they
this-
took the
That's not-
gameplay
yeah.
version of that
That
game
is not
and
mutually
slapped.
exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how old the Sentinels universe is.
Oh, actually, I'm
terms of-
wrong.
For a while.
Also, there's a $500 pledge. It's because so you get a bunch of extra special stuff, but the main thing is my favorite thing. I'm telling you, if I was rich, I would do this every time I saw the
Get to be a
chance.
hero.
You get to be a
the
bystander,
game,
so
yeah.
you have an artistic cartoon drawing of yourself as one
That
of the
is super
bystanders
cool.
in the game, and
Sure.
like a description of what you do in the game and stuff. That is my favorite stuff.
Maybe
man.
you're lucky there'll be a jackass in there and you can just like have a
Yeah,
little donkey.
that's
me.
Wait, that's me.
Isaac.
One of the games in my top 5 has a friend of ours that is in one
Oh,
of his character
awesome.
portrayed.
Oh, that's in an honorable mention.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, cool.
But let's see. So November 2021, it's cooperative, of course, scenario driven, and the heroes that are in the base game is it is Superman, the Flash, Batman, Iron Man, and Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
That's a weird like.
Sub-Zero.
Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, so
Iceman.
it's Legacy, Tachyon, Wraith, Bunker, and Absolute Zero are the ones that come in the base game. And like I said, the prepaid miniatures, they are. I can't remember. They're like 65 millimeter or something.
Oh, that's pretty good size.
Yeah, and they, if you get the $200 one, they're pre-painted. Like I said, these look stunning. Like the Absolute Zero one is like he's like on this iceberg and he's like shooting ice out of his hand. It looks so good, man. I'm telling you, if I could, I would. But that's it. Freedom 5 by Arcane Wonders. There's no way I'm gonna be able to get it, but I'm gonna drool while staring at it.
Yeah.
Because I love that universe.
All right,
That was one I had.
Oh, did you only have one?
Yeah.
Okay.
My bad. I could have done a smaller one.
It's fine.
I've got 2, I guess. Should I just do one? Do you have another one?
Oh yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Okay. Did you see Darkest Dungeon?
I did. I didn't look at it though. It's not my kind of thing.
Okay, so based on the video game, I'll just go through it real quick. By Mythic Games, 1 to 4 players. It's $100 for the core box and the stretch goals. It seems pricey. Darkest Dungeon, what little I've played of the video game, it's just kind of like grindy. Like it's just, the joke is you kind of just die, right? You go
Sure,
through the dungeon.
and all that actually sounds good to me. It's
Sure.
just, I don't know, just the universe of the game and the fact that if a game's base pledge is $100, I might as well skip it. That's just the world I live in. So.
It's tough.
Unless it's called Nemesis.
It's tough because it is expensive. It's not the most famous IP, but there's a $150 pledge, which is the core game, and the Crimson Court expansion. It looks pretty neat. There's some tactics to you have to decide what stance your hero is going to take when you go in the room, and then the monsters show up, and then they hit things based on where you're at, your stance, and things like that. It looks fiddly, just because of all these things that you might have to keep track of, and this affects this, but not if you're doing this,
Sure.
So that could get a little clunky. I don't know. We'll see. MiniSteel we mentioned earlier in the playthrough.
Yep, that one's gonna be close, guys.
Yeah,
if you're interested,
$16.
Back that.
The Greenmore Games people are awesome. If you've got any questions, find them on Facebook and just shoot them a message. They're fantastic. They get back to you. Brian and Amber, they're really nice. But this is one that I actually really considered backing. Townsfolk.
I didn't look at that one.
Oh yeah,
I
that
saw
was
the
cool.
picture.
I love the art look.
Yeah, it's at
of that.
30s. It's that 30s
Rubber
hose.
Yeah,
arm and leg.
Cuphead or Mickey Mouse or
arm and leg art.
Yeah.
And the sheriff of Eureka Springs has been murdered, and ruffians are coming in, and you are basically you're the townsfolk, and you're going up and you're fighting against the these goofy looking oversized cartoon character minis, that are coming in. There's a lot of different things that will change gameplay. So it looks like there's a ton of replayability in there. There was I forget if it was $200 or $500 pledge where you could get a tombstone, a tombstone in the game, and your name.
Cool.
There's stuff like that. It was goofy.
It reminds me of Blazing Saddles, right? Rock Ridge.
Right.
They're kind of, whip up a number 6 on them.
But I did appreciate though that $85 for the amount of minis and things you get in that game, it seemed pretty reasonable. But that's it for me for Kickstarters.
Okay, I just wanted to mention I like this kind of stuff. A lot of people I know tend to not. Levi used to have a game that does a similar idea to this. The Don't Get Got. You guys see that? So the thing that's cool about this, the big reason I want to bring it up is because while it's Don't Get Got already came out, this is almost like a standalone expansion that if you combine it makes a bigger game like Spyfall. You can kind of do that with, right? And so the main point is, what I wanted to say was Shut Up and Sit Down designed this one. Right? And that's cool to me. I like seeing that kind of thing, that they had the opportunity to partner with this company and design this for them. But the basic idea is it's a game you play as almost like a social activity while you're playing other games. So what it is you have a little wallet that has random tasks in it that you have so a super generic idea is get someone to say I love you or something, right? So you are, while playing other games, we have Cthulhu Wars here, you're secretly also, you have these hidden objectives.
Metagame
it's a metagame you play while playing everything else. Levi and I used to have one like that where you had little tokens in your pocket, and it's like you're the Joker. You have to get someone to do this, or like one in Levi's version was get someone to high five you. So like
easy.
you have to get some. Well, that's the thing is though they know get someone to high five you in the game, so everyone's really suspicious about wanting to high five each other and stuff too. And you're like, no, come on, man, that was such a good move, and they're like, I don't trust you, right? And in the wallet thing, you like when you complete it, you take it out, and it's like double sided. Then it like folds, and it's either nailed it or failed it or whatever, and you put it in your wallet, and it's just whoever finishes their wallet first wins that little meta game. But I love that kind of stuff. Having this little, everyone in the back of their mind is like, while we're
Something
playing this
going on,
game, I also can't trust anything anyone's doing.
That'd be a great thing to do for like a Meeple Weekend thing.
It would.
Yeah,
It would
exactly.
be a
But,
great board game weekend kind of
so
thing.
each box plays up to 10 players. So if you had both, you could play with up to 20 people, all with their own wallet and doing that kind of stuff.
Kinda
But
like
yeah,
High Dark Overlord.
don't get got by someone. I don't know who it's
Shut Up
by.
and Sit Down.
Big Potato. Well, the company's Big Potato. Shut Up and Sit Down designed
Sure,
the
sure.
second version. But yeah, I love that kind of stuff.
Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect. All right. Not technically a Kickstarter, but somebody we will be doing a game review for soon. McDoffer Games, the Magnus Rex.
Yep.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can find it on Game Crafter.
Yep.
We will be talking about that more in the future. But a little Easter egg sneak preview for you.
Yep, and Regency only has a couple days left.
Yeah.
Yeah, Regency.
Yep, Regency only has a
Fingers
couple
crossed.
That's
days
going to be
left.
close too.
I don't think Regency's going to make it. I'm really sorry, guys. We genuinely like your game. And hopefully with more
hope you're wrong.
exposure. I hope I'm wrong too.
Right.
It's an uphill battle right now
yeah.
with how many days
Sometimes
they
that
have
last
left.
48 hours, they get
It does.
things get
It
a
really
boost.
does. I'm hoping it does. I'm just saying if it doesn't, you'll get them next time and we'll still be here because
Yep,
it's
we
a good
will.
game.
Yep.
We will. We liked it. We really did. Well done, Dan. Top 5?
Top 5.
All right.
Top 5. Yeah, I was gonna say lightning bolts. Yeah, you'll have to edit it in.
Yeah.
just
Right, cast the
Evil
spells.
laugh.
Right.
yeah.
Shadow of Dracula behind us.
yeah.
So top
Oh,
5.
here you have Dracula's behind us.
Theory of Dracula is behind us. Top 5 horror-themed board games.
Spooky horror theme, scary.
Yeah, Halloweeny honestly is really
Yeah.
what Halloween themed, but we
I
say
did
horror.
I did
yeah.
say horror.
I'll say
Horror.
I thought of one that's going to be an honorable mention at the end because I'm sure no one else is going to mention this.
Well, you don't have a list, right?
No,
so
I do
just
not.
make it your number 5.
Number 1.
Or my number one,
well,
yeah.
Sure, that's
Yeah,
what I mean.
you want them to just pop off early and then be done.
Yeah.
All right.
know
I'll
so
stab you again, Dan.
I'm going to call not it. I'm going first.
Let's just go down the line.
Yeah, I'll go
Put it
first.
on the line.
So for my number 5, I've kind of taken to maybe games I'm excited about, might not have played, being my number 5, right? Because like sure it's not fair to other games. I've played other games. I haven't played this game yet, but I am excited about it. It looks like it's
sure.
going to be on theme. The Night Cage.
Oh
It
yeah.
looks
yeah.
super creepy.
My brother,
looks
Stars.
that's the one my
cool.
brother backed.
So
Yeah.
My
cool.
brother doesn't back games.
Yeah, it
and
looks
he-
so cool.
yeah.
It's like, because it's a tile placement game. You're all working together. You're trying to.
But there's like a fog of war aspect to it. too,
correct.
right?
You can only see your square, and then the tiles like next to you. Like
Yeah,
right
So
beside you.
as you're
As you
exploring a
move-
random cave, it also fades away behind
correct,
you.
it fades away behind you. The tile goes
so
away.
cool.
Yeah.
Right? And you're trying to find keys to get to the gate, and then everybody's trying to get out. And like they have little minis for it, and there's these creepy little guys holding candles, and the monsters like eat your wax, so your candle burns out faster and things like that. It looks really cool and
It
really kind of
does.
creepy.
We talked about it when
Yeah.
it was on Kickstarter
Yeah.
a while ago. And
Yep.
yeah, that looks so good.
Yep.
Yep.
Well
Great
done.
looking game.
Yeah.
You want me to do you want
Yeah, I
to
said
go
let's
on?
just go down the line.
Yeah.
Easier to remember that way.
Sure.
And then he can do his number 1 last too.
So
Yeah,
so
fair.
my number
Or first.
5, I really like Elder Sign. Like,
Okay.
Elder Sign is a lot of fun. It's
I haven't
kind
played
of,
it in a long time.
the artwork on the cards is very thematic and creepy,
Mm-hmm.
and you're basically just rolling. You're sort of gathering clues and things to mitigate your dice rolls and to give
Sure.
you bonuses, and then you've got a card you're trying to solve at a spot, and then you're just rolling dice, and as long as you can apply a result.
Right. What it's looking for. Right. It's like,
Yeah,
roll
what
a
it-
tentacle and a clue. Okay.
Right.
Oh, there it is.
There it is, boom! Like, get rid of that one, and then you get a reward for doing that. You get enough, and then you vanquish a great old one.
Yep.
It's easy to find. It's
Yeah,
been around
it's
a
out
while.
there. Yeah.
I really like it. There's an amazing app for it too,
Yeah, that's
which
what I was
has
saying.
good music and,
Yep.
and it's the same artwork on the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend both versions. Either or is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, Elder Sign. I have a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
I have it
playing
on my iPad.
and you can play it solo, and just goof around with
Yeah,
it.
isn't that the one where people say just like it's a game that gets worse the more people that you play with.
It might get harder because
It
like,
gets
the-
harder
the
and
ticking
it gets
clock-
like overstays its welcome length with more people.
It can take longer.
Right,
yeah, I'd play it with like 2 people.
Yeah, 2, maybe 3. Kind
Maybe,
of thing.
yeah,
Yep.
3. Sure.
Okay. My number 5 actually, is a newer game. And so when I went into this, I was looking at games that they give you a feeling, really, like especially my top 3 are almost atmospheric games, But this one is Court of the Dead, Mourner's Call.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I liked this game, and I thought that, man, like especially with that gorgeous shiny the artwork and the shininess on the board, like you play this on like a spooky night kind of thing, and you're all like you're these spirits vying for control of the underworld. Like this game's theme really hits home with the Halloween.
Art's super cool.
Yeah, kind of.
We will have a review of this coming. We actually
we played it once. We want to get a couple more.
we
want
to not rush the review. We want to play it a few times so that we can do it justice.
Yep.
Yeah, but we had the chance to play this recently, and I was impressed. And when we decided to make this list, I was like, I think that's gonna make this list.
It almost made mine. It was on my honorable mentions.
Yeah. So Court of the Dead, Mourner's Call.
I endorse that decision.
Awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, Bob.
I will.
All right, go now.
Yeah, well, let me do mine because this isn't really, I would say, a horror game, but it has a horror theme to it.
Sure.
Um,
Munchkin.
no.
Munchkin horror.
Terrifying people.
Who here likes cereal?
Killers.
Yeah.
I know which one you're going to talk about.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, it used to be a staple in all the cereal aisles, but now it's out just for Halloween. But all those monster cereals like Count Chocula, Blueberry, Yummy Mummy, Fruit Brute.
Fruit Brute. Yeah, the Frankenstein.
I think
Count
Chocula.
Count Chocula. I just said Count Dracula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a game where it's called Monster Crunch,
Yeah.
and it's basically all these guys battling for how much cereal you eat, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
I have a friend. Our friend Toby plays that and likes
Okay.
it. I've heard that.
But
I've
yeah.
heard good things about it. Yeah.
Man, that cereal's so good.
But yeah, I thought it's one I should mention because it is definitely a Halloween themed
Yeah.
theme. So
definitely.
yeah,
For
all right.
sure.
Nice.
I'm interested in seeing when you hear all of ours, which ones interest you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I can tell you that.
Yeah. So my number 4 is Transylvania: Curses and Traitors.
Yes. This game is fun.
It is super fun. It's a 3 to 6 players. I like it because there's asymmetrical characters. It's got a modular board, and there's multiple ways to win.
Yes.
So the main thing you're doing is you're all starting out and you're searching through this deck and you're trying to find clues to solve the curse and to fix the curse that's on this place.
Yeah, okay.
But as you're searching, you can find items and poisons and Necronomicons that could turn you into a monster.
You might get turned into like a werewolf.
A vampire, or a zombie. And once you turn, then your goal changes, and then you have to try to kill everybody else.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, and
Nice.
and then if somebody does turn into a monster, then another way to win becomes to kill a monster.
Yeah.
So you try to kill them, and it's a lot of fun. And that's one of our ones that our friend of ours paid. He's one of the characters that's in the game.
He is a character. Yeah.
So that was pretty neat.
This game does not get near enough.
And that's why I wanted to have it on my list, because I do enjoy it. It doesn't get enough attention. It's out there.
I had it as an honorable mention because I had already made my list, and then I was like, oh yeah, and then I couldn't figure out what to bump.
Yep.
So I thought maybe there was a chance you would talk about it.
Yep.
So I had it. It was like my reserve, right? If we had some duplicate, I would
take that
I
one.
would
Alternate.
Yeah, I would just slide it in.
Yeah, but no, it's a great game. It's a lot of fun.
So kind of like you, Dan, page out of your book, right? Game I have played once. And fits on this list perfectly because I had an amazing time playing it. It's so on theme.
I know what you're talking about.
Abomination, Heir to Frankenstein.
Yep.
We played that, and that was like, by the end of the game, I was like, this is on my list. I mean, you are trying to when you create the body parts, right?
Yeah.
So
you're literally collecting body parts.
You're collecting muscle and bone and blood. And you can get animal parts, which are wild, but you get negative points for
using animal parts. Yeah.
And then
Nice.
at the end of a round, all your parts decay.
Unless you buy ice.
Oh,
Unless you buy
interesting.
ice. And then so they eventually slide off. So the fresher the parts, the more
More
valuable
points you get.
more points you get. Bob kept going to a space which allowed him to kill people for the freshest.
You can murder people. You get the freshest of body parts. Yeah, but that's the thing though, is you have tracks at the bottom, right? Because you have your humanity, and as you murder people, your humanity goes down, right?
Okay.
And as you lose humanity, you also lose like reputation and things like that.
Right.
But the more reputation you gain, you can get more workers to come and help you.
So what's amazing is I had high reputation, high expertise, and I was building my person out of parts that I dug out of the cemetery in animal bits.
Yeah.
I just
They're
kept calling them
super
animal.
decayed.
Like,
Yeah.
don't mind the decaying guy
Yeah.
with the dog leg, you know. And
But
the
there's
cat.
like four places you could go, right, to get body parts, and it's all super relevant and on theme. So if you murder somebody yourself, everything is super fresh. It's on the first level. You can go to the hospital and get bodies that have just died, and
In
they're
the
like,
morgue.
you know, first and second. Go to the morgue, they're a little more decayed. You know,
You
or
go to
maybe
the
there's a public
mortuary.
hand, you go to the cemetery and dig up graves, and sometimes you just get bones, and that's it. But it's
Yeah.
so on theme, and it makes
Yeah, and
so
if there's a
much
public
sense.
execution, you can pay.
You can
to
pay.
get
Oh,
one of the
okay.
bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks really good.
Yeah.
It looked. I watched the gameplay of it, and it looked pretty heavy.
A little bit, but the thing is,
but-
everything makes so much
Sure.
thematic sense
Yeah.
that it's
Yeah.
logical.
It looks heavy, but if you play by the first round, you understand
Sure.
everything.
Yeah, it's something I'll want to try.
And the amazing
someday.
thing,
Great
component-wise,
player aids.
is you've got the table where you're building your body. So like
Yeah.
I've got a leg. It's a leg without skin, and then when you upgrade
Upgrade
it,
it.
you flip it over, and now it's a leg with skin.
And then you can throw the switch to bring that part of the body to life. Yeah.
Or you can damage it.
Yeah, because you
It
roll
is
dice. And depending on what
alive.
you roll, exactly.
And
Yeah.
it's a lot of
I
fun.
thought I had the win on that one too because I fully reanimated my entire thing and I was ahead, but Tim was so far on all of his other tracks that those bonus points.
And I got a bunch
got
of
ahead
like
of me.
the first one to
First one to, like, yeah,
to
on certain
this,
things.
first one to this,
Yeah,
and
most
then,
money.
and then I had the most money,
Yeah.
and I was like, and Bob kept going, and I'm like, you are 30 points ahead of me.
Yeah.
Well, then I scored like 65
60-some points in the final
the
thing.
end game
and
scoring.
beat me by like 6.
So I like
Nice.
Man.
swung all the way up because it looked
Ugh.
like I was in last place, and
Yeah.
then went
Oh, you mean Tim won by barely any points?
Yeah,
That's
and
so
nobody double
weird.
counted on
Yeah,
his
that's
points.
so weird how that happens.
listen.
Recount those points next time.
I took a ton of negative points because I was
You
using
did.
animal
parts, which is so
all
funny.
the time.
Yeah.
all the time.
And I waited till the end because I couldn't get enough blood. Like I had all my because you have your interns that help you, right? And you can make them donate blood to you. And but I couldn't get enough, so I was like, all right, give me some of that animal blood. A little pig blood in there will be okay, you know.
I'm like, I've been using it the whole time.
Hey man,
there's human
blood is
blood?
blood.
Yeah.
You know.
It
Yeah,
was
they
very
knew me
cool.
by name at that
Yeah,
location.
right?
I know that
It's very cool
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
Oh,
Here he
he's
is again.
back.
But there's events too, right? Like so, whoever's first player will draw an event at the beginning, and sometimes it's triggered. And be like, okay, the first person that's not you that goes to this location, you know, read this off. And so like somebody tries to go to the hospital and like, oh, sorry, the sheriff guy is there, and he's mad that you've taken all these body parts, and he's not gonna let you take any more.
So he shuts down
yeah,
the morgue.
shuts down the morgue for like the whole turn.
He's
yeah,
just
it's-
mad. He's,
yeah. Well, if
Just
you
don't
kill
do it
people, you
again,
get these
man.
badges, and if you have 2 badges, you can't kill anybody else until you pay a couple of francs, and then you get okay, you can go kill some more people.
No, it's okay. But yes,
Yeah, it's a
Abomination,
great game,
Heir to
super on
Frankenstein
theme.
is so good. Plaid Hat
Yeah.
Games.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that one out. So my number 4 is a game I actually haven't played in a long time, but this is a game that, like I was trying to say earlier, creates an atmosphere. You have to kind of go out of your way to create the atmosphere, I guess, but it's a game that lends itself to it, and it's easy to do. And I've actually had game nights before in the past where like we lit the room with candlelight
Nice,
and we
yeah.
had music playing and everyone kind of talks in like almost like a soft
ambiance, yeah,
soft
soft
voice. And we mentioned it earlier. I have not played the 2 games like it, Obscurio or Paranormal Investigators, but Mysterium.
Yep.
Mysterium is a
Yeah.
game that lends itself so well to setting this somber mood of just like, okay, what's happening? You know,
And
like
I walk in and
solving
flip on the
this.
lights. Hey guys, what are we playing?
So in Mysterium, one person sits behind a shield, and they have kind of clues that lead to. I haven't played in a long time, but basically they have clues that lead to, you know, who killed it, where were they killed, and what weapon was it, like a clue
Right.
kind of thing. And then everyone else is working together as paranormal kind of investigator
Investigators,
things,
yeah.
and they're getting clues from this ghost. They're in the
Really
Abstract pictures.
yeah, in the form of
Yeah.
these super abstract, just again that windy looking art that I like, you
Yeah.
know, where it's just a picture of a bird flying away from a nest with a banana flying through the air.
is he trying to
yeah,
tell
and
me,
what does this
you
mean?
know?
And you're kind of working together.
Did
with
a
this,
bird kill him?
with this
Yeah.
awesome time limit because
the
you have
banana?
to solve the murder before the witching hour, you know.
Right.
And so you're working together to kind of put all the pieces together and figure out who killed this ghost behind the shield, and it lends itself so well to just being in this moody candlelit room and everyone's working together to solve it. Yeah, Mysterium. I have not played it on Halloween, but I have played it in a scenario where it's like, let's have a spooky night, you know, and set it
Yeah.
up, and it works great.
Hipster alert. I have the Polish version of Mysterium
Oh,
and
yeah.
prefer that to the American.
Okay.
It's slightly different.
It's slightly different. It's mostly the same.
Okay.
But
The American version added some things to it.
the upgrade to the American version is the components are better.
Okay.
But I like some of the bidding on like if I think you're right.
Yeah,
stuff.
that mechanic.
I feel like that clutters the game.
Really?
I don't love that part of it.
Okay.
And that is not near as much of a thing in the
Prevalent.
original version.
Yep.
Okay.
But anyways, all right, Bob, what you got?
My number 3 is Mansions of Madness. I think it's a great storytelling game. You know, they can do all types of like creepy things,
Especially second
investigating
edition.
things. That's the second edition. I had to write that down. So yes, it is the second edition one. Is way better. You get a group of people together. You can like cast it to your TV, so everybody can hear the music and see what's going on. And it's a great game.
It's
really enjoy
it is a fantastic. I mean, Fantasy Flight tends to make good stuff.
Yep.
I mean, it is
Yep.
another absolute home run.
Yeah.
I have not been able to play it yet. I actually
No?
had a friend when I first got into the hobby. I had 5 board games, and I don't know why he did it, but he went and he spent like $150 on the first edition of Mansions of Madness. He was like, "Hey, let's learn this." And I tried kind of to learn
That's
how to
a
play it and
brutal
play with it,
game
but
to
we
go in
never.
without-
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
Right.
saying. I was like, "You spent how much?"
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to get into this hobby, and I would never do that. You don't
Yeah.
even know what this game is. He was
Right.
like, he literally said, "I saw it on the shelf and it looked cool." Yeah, and
does.
And he's right.
it does.
I mean,
but
that's
Mansions of
a
Madness is
legit
not
reason
the
to get
Yeah.
something, I guess.
Mansions of Madness
Especially
is
the
not
first
the one you
edition
wanna do
one is
that
not
with.
that great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do wish, my only complaint about the second edition is they didn't really do anything better with the models and like the minis.
Sure,
the
yeah,
bases
'cause, yeah,
kinda
like-
stink.
Yes, I do agree with that.
Like, just why?
Yeah, just make it a whole like regular mini.
Just think. Just
Well, they should
click
have
it,
just
put it
been
down.
standees anyway, right, Jason?
Oh, boo!
Shots fired.
Whoa.
Dang. I just went to the
That's
link.
not how it works.
I want to link to either Games Dan's wrong about.
That's true.
Or
Yeah.
or to Jason saying that he likes games with miniatures.
Oh,
One or
okay,
the other
yeah,
would
yeah.
work, right? Either.
it out.
Okay.
Your
That
number
was
3.
that was a good one. My number 3, man. I really was torn between two. I picked because they kind of play similar, but I picked
Right.
the one that I thought wouldn't be on other lists. Last Friday.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I had a
Okay.
bunch of like 1v mini games that I was like deciding if I want to put some on.
So
and that was
it's
on there.
hidden movement.
Yep.
It's basically Friday the 13th, the board game.
Yeah.
Somebody's the killer. The really neat thing, the thing that this game does really well, though, and I love Letters to Whitechapel. Letters
Yep.
from Whitechapel is amazing.
Yep.
But the thing that this does that's different enough to that I can have both in my collection and be and,
Be okay
and
with it.
justify it,
Right.
is that the way that the scenarios flip. So the first round, the killer is hunting the campers and moving around the board trying to kill the campers, and the campers just have to meet these objectives to end the round. So the killer is going around, blah blah blah. Once the campers do that, then the thing changes. Now the campers are trying to hunt the killer, and the killer has to survive, X amount of time,
Right.
and is running around while the campers are trying. So the killer can't kill the campers in the second round. And then the third round, it flips again. But there's like a chosen one. It goes on, it goes to, there's 4 or 5 different nights that you can play. You can stop at any time. You could just choose to play one. So there's a lot of we're just like
Choices.
this. Or we like that. I like to sit and just play through the whole dang thing if it's not taken. It usually doesn't take too long. But the character powers are asymmetric. It's fun to play the slasher. It's fun to play the campers. I have a really good time playing it. If you die, there's a space where there's a bus, like up in the corner, and that's where the new campers show up the next night or the next scenario.
Okay.
So if I killed you, boop, you just pop up. Now, if you're the slasher, depending on the round, if you die, they just
Game's
win.
over. Yeah.
But there is a round where that's what it was. The person who killed the slasher is the chosen one, and then everybody's got to keep that person alive. And then the last round is that person has to be the one to kill the slasher final to end it. It's very on theme
on
with
the
the
mom's
movies.
sweater.
Right.
Yeah.
It's very on theme with the movies. It's a ton of fun, and it's really clever.
So do I get to play Chris Tucker and Ice Cube?
That's Halloween. No. What is Chris Tucker? Which one is Chris Tucker in?
He's in the Friday movies.
Oh, the Friday movies.
Wow.
Friday the 13th. I'm like, wait. Because, no, and it wasn't even
That's Friday
Cube.
the
It was
420.
Ludacris was in a Halloween.
Friday 420.
Oh, yeah.
Ludacris was in the Halloween.
H2O, right?
No, not H2O.
thought
That's
it was
LL
H2O.
Cool J.
Oh. No, I really thought he
Ludacris
was
was in the
too.
one before that where they
Okay.
was trying to do the reality show and the haunted house. And
Yeah,
then
for
Michael
some
Myers
reason I
shows up.
thought the reality show was H2O.
LL Cool
And then-
J is Deep Blue Sea, right?
Yes.
Also that. But then Ludacris does Kung Fu on
Yeah.
Michael Myers. Who knew that was Michael Myers' weakness?
Yeah. I thought the reality one was H2O for some reason.
They're both bad. They're both really bad. They're both terrible.
They all blended together.
Yeah. Oh, it's this mushy pile
There's
of garbage.
this Halloween 1, there's Halloween 2, and then there's Halloween movies.
Yeah, because 3 is nothing.
Look, man, we all know Jason X is like the best.
Oh boy.
So my number 3
Yes.
Let's see if you can get this. Also a newer game. This is another game that is atmospheric. When we play it, I even have my own recording of a soundtrack.
I was hoping this would be on a list. I left this off of a list because I was hoping it would be
my
on
own
a list.
recording of me talking with some creepy music going and stuff for Wolves of Mercia.
Yes.
Yeah, by Brybelly. This game needs more attention, man. Like I'll tell you what.
We've got a review video.
Like I say this every episode. When I make a list, I make my list and then I get online and I see what other people have said. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I hate you. And then I get online and I kind of see what everyone else is saying, and I'm like, man, why do they think that? Like, I'll say right now, I don't mean to spoil pits, but like a lot of people put Dead a winner, and I don't know, I just didn't feel that. I know you don't like the game, but I'm saying even if someone likes the game, I'm just like, I don't know, it's a horror game, I guess, sure, but like, I don't know.
I like I feel like my games have like an ambiance though too, as well. Like I like the mood that they create.
But what I was getting at was no one I saw anywhere mentioned Wolves of Mercia, and I just think that's a mistake.
That is
like
this is an amazing game that nobody knows about.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
absolutely right.
It's a werewolf type game, right? Everyone has their own thing. Like I said, just check out the review if you want to know more, because this one is very good. It tackles player elimination. It tackles needing a player to sit out and be the moderator. Like I said, because basically to sum it up, it's because every role is in the game every time. So all you need is a recording of someone going through the moderation. That's it. You don't have to have someone who constantly is changing things and adapting to how it goes.
It would benefit from just having an app, like a very simple app.
I'm amazed there's not.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that I got my recording anyway.
Right.
So, it's Wolves of Mercia is so good. If you like hidden deduction, social deduction games and hidden identity games and like that kind of werewolf growl,
and the fun, and
anything
your
like that.
rules can change too.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It is a lot of fun.
Fantastic game. Wolves of Mercia just gives you that atmosphere.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice. That game is so good.
My number 2, Abomination.
Is
Nice.
it?
Yeah. It was super
sorry.
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, that's why I got in on it while you were
Yeah, I
talking
was gonna
about
say,
it.
I had a
guys-
feeling we'd have
you
some
guys covered it
crossover
well.
there. The only reason it's not higher is because I've only played it once.
Sure.
But
I just thought
not
that
to
it was
take away
so
from your-
on theme,
the theme
and it made
is-
so much sense, and like the only real issue that I had with it is the colors of the different things and the cubes don't quite match, and they're hard to kind of tell apart.
Sure.
But the girl who taught us had her copy there, and she has it fixed because like on all the cards on every single one, they're all in the same order, right? And so if like even if it doesn't give you blood, then that space is skipped, right? And she had a little tray,
Plano box.
yeah, Plano box, and all the cubes were in there in that order.
In the order.
So it was easy for me to
because
tell
her
which one was
boyfriend
which.
is colorblind as well, and,
Right.
and so they just set it up in a way that they could always
Very
know
easy.
which was which without too much.
It's just funny, like the pile of heads, all the skulls and stuff like, are in the faces look the same, but when you flip them over, they're different people. And so that was kind of neat,
Yeah.
Like that.
So before I put skin on it, it looked like me.
Yeah.
And then it had hair. It was weird.
And just to be clear, too, this game takes place, quote unquote, in Frankenstein universe.
It
Yeah.
is right. It is basically after the
Perry.
events of the novel.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
A mysterious benefactor has
Helping you to
paid you to come to town and is like funding your experiments.
And he's paying all of you.
Well, it's a race.
It's a race to see who will be the actual one to inherit. Like,
Oh,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is where the
Don't put
Heir
all your eggs in
comes
one basket.
Right.
You gotta.
Oh, I always do.
And don't put all your limbs in one either because you never know. You might-
Right. If you trip, man.
You don't want to leave a trail.
Yeah.
Here's, so my number 2 is kind of an opportunity to talk about a game that I play and enjoy. I need to play more.
Okay.
It does seem a little unbalanced because it is a 1v many, and I've only ever seen the one win.
That was probably one of my
lot. The others?
Yep.
So the others is like you are battling one of the 7 deadly sins.
Yep.
It is 1v many. It does a lot of things really well.
Yep.
I like that the idea that you've got up to you can lose up to like 3 characters before
Yeah.
you lose
People
the
keep
game.
dying and somebody else comes in.
What's the game?
The others.
The others.
Yeah, by
Okay.
Simon.
Yeah.
There's amazing miniatures, amazing components. I was all in on like a Kickstarter
Yep.
years ago.
Same.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, Stellan played it.
When you play like different
Different
sins, it changes the dynamic of like
Of each game. Yeah.
and like how they play and different
Right.
like ongoing effects.
Yeah.
So like maybe you can't. It's more difficult to be around each other.
Right. So if you're doing lust and you have 2 people in the space at the same time, they have a penalty. Right.
Ah.
If you're playing against gluttony, if you take more than one item, you have something that goes on to you. So like every single one has like if you're playing against envy and somebody's got more items than you, it's like you don't want to be in the same space as them. It's like so. It's it's just crazy things like that.
It's very thematic.
Very thematic.
The only problem I've had is
sin always wins.
I've always only ever seen the sin win.
Yep. Same.
Even when I'm playing
rhyme.
the sin.
Right. Huh?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
They do rhyme. But yeah, fantastic game. I'm gonna actually bust it out and do my hack job of painting on a bunch of those minis because I think it will lend itself to that style.
Yeah, didn't Pete paint one of them for you though?
He did, and like came in like third place in a contest.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, he painted a death miniature.
All your other miniatures are gonna look like crap compared.
Look at these things. Oh, this one's
Yeah.
amazing. Well, I didn't do that one. I did the rest of them though.
You know, the one where the eye is painted up here and then down here, like he looks like he's
That
melting.
might be on theme. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
Sure, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, what's your number 2?
So my number 2, I've only played once. Sim, you might have to hop in and help me talk about this one a little bit. I just think that this list would not be full without mentioning this one. This is not scary horror game, but this is the most on-theme Halloween game I've played, and that's Horrified.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah, Horrified, you're basically battling the classic
Universal.
movie monsters.
Yep. Yeah, Universal movie
Frankenstein,
monsters.
Dracula, the swamp
thing.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
That's what I said. I said swamp. I said swamp. You said swamp thing. I was like, oh, it is. I didn't think it was that.
And Invisible Man, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, the Invisible Man.
But and yeah, you're going around the city collecting these items that you need to battle them and stop them from completing their goals. And it's so, if that theme interests you, it's so on theme, and the artwork, the
I want
box
this
art.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool. So then you can talk too, because
it's a
I
very
only
good
played it
game.
once and I enjoyed it quite a bit.
haven't played
But
it.
I don't know much about it, honestly.
It's a very good game. Yeah, I've played it a couple times with different people, and I've always had a good experience.
Yeah. Just like when I mentioned the name of the game and like the box art popped up on the screen thanks to this guy right here, if that interests you, that's the game. Get the game. It nails it.
Fun fact, there is a hidden skull in the artwork in the bottom center of
It's
the
kind of a
box.
stretch. I looked
you
at
see
that, I
that?
saw that, and I was like,
It's there.
okay, maybe.
It's
Sure,
there.
like the teeth part, but like the top of the head, it's like somebody just drew a line.
Okay.
Okay.
It's kind of there.
I mean, you have to, once you know it's there,
if I
you can
cover
see
an
it.
eye and like take a few drinks, sure, it's there.
Okay.
I
Settle
do that all the
down.
time.
Settle down. Settle down. Yeah, no, Horrified's a good pick.
Yeah.
Horrified. Yep. You can find that game anywhere.
Yeah. Prospero Hall.
Yeah.
They're all over the place. All right, Bobby.
My
Number 1.
number 1,
I have to take my number 1 and change it.
Evil High Priest.
Okay, sweet. I don't have to change
Oh.
mine.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm glad you like this.
I really like
'Cause
that game.
I really like that game too, and like you like it more, I guess.
Yeah.
Number 1 for horror. That's awesome.
Because I love worker placement,
Yeah.
right? Resource management. You got buckets of blood. You know, you have books of magic.
It is one of the only games I played. One of.
Yeah, one of them.
Buckets of blood.
Actual
Literally.
As a
buckets of blood.
component.
Yeah, you know, and then you have all your goodies, right? And you're trying to hide them in your
And your
catacomb or whatever it's
Sanctum.
called, sanctum.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you have like
You're building your vault.
cultists are in like the insane asylum, but they kind of like protect your stuff because they're crazy people running around. And you're like, I don't want to go in there. You know?
I love it.
It's so much fun, you know. And, like,
It's-
and the rituals open up and you can do things. And
So, do we have a review for this somewhere?
I don't know. Where would it be?
About my
So
wizard
here's the
hat?
problem, guys. We're going to do a lot of this snapping. Look, Evil High Priest review. So here's the problem. We can only actually have 5 of those in a video. so if we're over
have to
it
pick
already,
5.
then
Yeah, okay.
sorry.
yeah,
Oh yeah, Evil Eye Priest. That is a good game.
yeah, it's
that
super
is
fun.
a really good
I
game.
want to get the minis to replace the meeples. The meeples are fine, but like I think it'd be really cool to have like.
Oh,
the
sure.
I
minis.
could
Yeah.
give you some of them, but you would not have a complete set. You would have a frustratingly incomplete.
he'll
Well, I
spend
could do
some.
like maybe one of each for the high priest, right? And then
Oh,
you just
yeah,
use the meeples
that'd
for
be
the
cool.
other ones. That
Oh,
wouldn't be
yeah,
so
yeah.
bad.
I can kind of agree with you on the meeple thing too, because you have these nice other components and then just these wooden
Everything's
meeples.
so
It's like,
thematic.
So
Right.
to
Okay.
be fair, we were provided. Yeah, to be fair, we were provided.
Yes,
but
the
then
nice
we did.
ones.
Yeah.
But we didn't. They goofed on the shipping.
Sure.
And they gave us a game to talk about.
Right.
I didn't want to just
Hard to complain about
haggle
a free game.
and dicker with like, oh, can you send us the right? You know,
Sure.
like we had a very awesome, complete, playable
Sure,
game.
it was
Yeah.
not a
Yeah, it had all the
detriment.
expansions
and
and
they were
everything.
nice meeples.
Yeah.
They weren't just like Carcassonne meeples.
Correct. Yeah, they were
so-
nicer meeples, but
Yep.
I thought
Yeah.
you know I like plastic.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like plastic.
Eh.
All right, so my
Number 1, Timothy.
My number 1.
Hope it's as good as Bob's.
It's better.
Uh-uh.
It's better.
That's
it is
subjective.
based on one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh,
The
the thing.
Thing.
The Thing.
Yeah.
Infection.
I should have seen that coming. I didn't even
Yeah.
think about it. That's a great one. I haven't even
It's-
played it yet, but it looks awesome.
So really, this game it's a very good game by itself. It plays very well with the potential for the hidden traitor.
Yep.
There's you're going through. You're trying to you fix rooms, right?
Try to repair things.
Complete quests, essentially, as you can progress.
Tasks.
And there's a social aspect because you're trying to figure out who to trust,
Who not to trust.
and who not to trust, and you don't even know how many people not to trust versus
Right.
it could be one, it could be two, and then at the very end you've got to pick who you're going to
Who's
take
coming on the
with you
helicopter with me?
chopper.
Yeah.
So not only like if that game were its own game just by itself, not based on that specific IP, but like had a different skin on it,
Sure.
I would be like, this is a really good game.
Yeah.
Right.
And it might even still be in my top 5, but it implements the theme of that movie so well.
Yeah.
It is the best version of that I have played. I played 2 out of the 3 versions, right, that there could be. But that just puts it over the top for me. The components are great. The gameplay is a blast, especially with the right people.
Yep.
Sure. Any game like that's like that, though.
Right.
Sure,
Correct.
company definitely makes the game, right?
Sure.
But yes, I have a great time always playing it. We're going to do a meetup sometime. When we do a meetup or a game night, it's just going to be like, hey, we're doing this to play the thing.
Sure.
Okay, so we can just play it.
Make sure
You
it
need
hits
to
the
play
table.
it and see if you like it. Because you guys, like, this would be...
Yeah.
It would be fun, and the trash talking and like the side eyes,
Yeah.
you know,
into this.
and the paranoia. We had
Paranoia is real, man.
we had people like yelling at each other, you know, quit acting so shady, and I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not me, you know.
It totally is though.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
It
was
wasn't.
Yeah, it was the guy that made me look shady was the thing, and he played it so well. It was Tyler, who's been on the show before. But man, I've had a great experience every time I played this game.
Yep.
I really enjoy it.
Part of me really wants. I don't know how it would play, but part of me really wants a thing game though, to where I find one of the most interesting. Every time.
Wow.
Once every video.
You did it.
Professional.
John
did it.
Carpenter's The Thing.
I mean, the wrong thing.
You are on silent.
Jeez. So one of the most interesting things about the Thing universe to me is the idea. I know it's not. People are really back and forth on what's canon and what's not in that universe, right? Because like he kind of purposely is like, what did happen and what is, how does it work?
And there's
you know,
the video game, which may or may not lead to.
sure. Even though he's in it, it might not be anything. But
Right.
anyway, the fact that they might not even know they're the Thing until they change.
Right.
No game does that, and I really want to see that. Like, I'd like to see a Hidden Traitor game where we're kind of randomized cards on where we're thinking at, but we don't even know. And then like you,
It's
like
kind of like the Blade Runner a little bit that we.
You
played
might be
once.
right.
You might be
sure. I
replicant,
guess.
you don't know.
I guess
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, just done in a more, you know.
But better, yeah.
Yeah, but like just this idea that like you don't even know until like they're like gonna hold the flamethrower to you or something, and then you have to flip your card over, and you might be like, "I'm changing right now. I am the Thing." It turns out, you know, like I kind of want to see a game that does the thing where you
don't know if you are or not.
until you're put on the spot and they check. You know,
Right,
like I
right.
find that very interesting. But anyway, yeah,
Cool.
Right on.
That almost might be a good Battlestar Galactica type of game to do too, right?
Sure.
Where you don't know if you're. 'cause
Yeah,
some of them
that's
don't
true.
know.
That'd be
yeah.
That'd be so good.
theme.
That'd be so good.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
Sammy's
Hey, if you haven't seen it by now, it's your own fault.
So my
Number
number one, this is the most atmospheric one to me. Some people might disagree with this. I've played this game countless times. This game is definitely another like set the mood if you're gonna play it for like a spooky night, because you could play this game and it could not be scary at all if you just want to like okay, let's just play this. But if you set the mood and stuff and play with people that are gonna read the damn event cards with like a cool voice and stuff like that, like because blah 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 blah, you're ruining it, man. You're ruining the experience. Betrayal at House on the Hill. This is the Halloween game for me.
Yeah.
Those event cards are written so cool and creepy to me. I love it. Now again though, you could ruin it and you could just be like, it's a party game we're playing right now and blah 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 and we're done playing. You could, and that's still fun. But when you turn this into this scary
Experience.
you know, the Haunting of Hill House, experience
Right.
kind of thing. This game goes above and beyond to me. Even when you wind up getting a ridiculous haunt where all of a sudden you're a mouse being chased by a cat. I just don't care. But like you do get those creepy ones. And like I said, the thing I keep coming back to is those event cards. I love it. The first time I was playing this game and I got an event card that was you like see yourself in the mirror or something like that. It's like you look in the mirror, you see yourself in the mirror, you have to give up an item, and you're just like, this sucks, and you like discard an item. But then later you can get an event card that is you see yourself in the mirror and you reach through and you give yourself an item. So it's the exact opposite card, and you get to take an item that you want from the item deck. So you reach through the mirror and gave yourself an item from the past, and you get to like redo
And it's
that.
anachrony.
Like, that card blew my mind. I was like,
Yeah.
it's so thematic, and
Yeah.
you just read the cards about the skeletons crawling out of the dirt, and like you have to do the sanity check, and I love Betrayal House on the Hill. This is like I said, this is the Halloween game for me.
Well, and it's also you don't know you're the traitor until you're the traitor.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess it kind of does do that. You're right. It
Yeah.
just kind of happens. You're
Why
like,
doesn't
I
a game
am possessed
Why
by a
doesn't a
demon.
game do this? I really want
No,
to play
I
this game, but
specifically
let me
meant-
tell you about my all-time favorite game where this exact thing just happened.
No, I specifically meant I wish a Thing game would do that.
Yeah, okay,
Because
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's so on,
Yeah,
on
no,
the
that's
universe.
fair. That's fair.
But yeah,
But my joke was good.
yeah.
It's like, Dan, they need to make a game that does this and this, and then he's like, well, then you had it already.
Yeah.
Said
The
that
best
yourself.
jokes are when right after saying you have to say my joke was good.
Yeah, that's how you know it's funny.
That was a good joke. You should have laughed. You should have laughed.
That's how you know it's funny is because you
Please
go,
laugh.
that was funny, right?
So
that's-
Betrayal at House on the Hill desperately needs a new edition that fixes a lot of the components.
I will
and
say the character
stuff.
upgrade pack goes
It
a
does.
long way. It replaces those really crappy paper clips that you
It
got to put on
does.
the side that never stay.
Yeah.
With just dials.
Yes.
That you can spin for your stats.
Yeah, it's
way
nice.
better. Way better.
It's way better. I mean, I just use the app at that point, but I just mean even just, let's get new haunts that are better balanced, but I don't care that much. But we can get new haunts that are better balanced. You could make the art style a little bit creepier, like on those tiles. Instead of just looking like a house, make it a little spookier.
Some of the rooms are a little.
They are
little
some,
creepy,
but
yeah.
even the rooms that are like full of creepy stuff and blood and stuff like that, it's almost too easy to see. A lot of people complain with tiles in games it's too hard to see. This art's too dark. Blah blah blah. I feel like Betrayal is almost too bright. It's too easy
Darken
to
it
see
up a little
everything
bit.
in such a dark universe. Yeah, but yeah, I love
That's
this.
a great game. No, it's a great game. I really like it too. So that was our top 5, guys.
That was it.
Any honorable mentions
woo,
left
woo.
that weren't mentioned?
I have
Oh, I
one.
do.
I have
Let's see.
one honorable mention that was not mentioned. Everybody else
I
hopped
also
on
have
my,
one,
my
yeah.
other ones. Colossal Games. I really like Terrors of London. It is a 1v1
I thought about it.
deck
Yeah.
builder with great art.
Yeah.
I like there's your actions can kind of chain off of each other.
Yeah.
As you build like your horde
Yeah.
of critters. It's asymmetrical.
Right.
It's a very solid.
I thought about this. The theme just didn't jump out as strongly as I would have liked
Yeah.
it, so I didn't do it. But I thought about it.
I need to play it some more, and
Yeah.
it could very easily
Could
move
be.
up.
Sure.
But I had some.
Yeah, I had one. So it's called Vampire Hunters. It doesn't get a lot of attention. It's very kind of zombicide-ish a little bit.
Okay.
But it's you're vampire hunters, and it's cool because there's a night and daytime, and you're going into like vampire lairs, and you're trying to kill them. But then if too much time passes, then they wake up and they become more stronger and they're trying to fight you. And they have all different types of vampires too, right?
Sure.
'Cause, there's different like the strain vampires, right? So they have like the things that come out and can grab you from range and bring you
Nice.
back to them. And it doesn't. Like, a lot of people really haven't heard of it, haven't played it,
Right.
And but I got like all like the plastic bits for it, so you go, you have to go in here and pull the lever, and I have like one of those little lever things and stuff. So it's kind of neat,
nice.
yeah. But
You gotta bust that out. I've never even seen that.
I know,
Can you play as Abraham Lincoln?
maybe.
Vampire.
He was famous for.
Oh,
being a
actually, I think
vampire.
there is one of the Kickstarter characters that came, and he's got an axe and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Perfect.
Axe and a top
Nice.
hat.
Yep, axe and top hat. Yep.
So my honorable mention, I have not played yet, so it's an honorable mention, but it's like the most October-y game ever, Nyctophobia.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Nyctophobia looks really
Nyctophobia
That
is
looks
the one
cool.
where
I need to get my hands on that.
yeah, Nyctophobia is the game where one person is a
Literally.
killer and everyone else is and everyone else is like survivors trying to go around and get out of this map kind of, but the map is like procedurally built by the killer, and then all the survivors have blindfolds on. And the killer, when you're moving on your turn, the killer has to grab your hand and like moves you, like you say, I want to go west, and he moves you west, and you feel with your hand that you're like hitting a wall, and then you have to communicate while you're blindfolded. Everyone else be like, okay, guys, I headed west. There's a wall this way. Like once you go 2 spaces west, there's a wall, and you have to like build the map out in your head and work together to figure out how to complete
And
the
the
objective.
amazing thing is right, the idea behind the design was that the person who designed it wanted to play games with her father, who was blind.
Yeah.
And so they
Yeah, she
came
wanted
up-
to
Cool.
play a game where it was a
Yeah.
fair experience with a
Yeah.
blind person, basically. And
That's cool.
she's-
Yeah, that's super
Isn't that
cool.
neat?
Yeah.
That's really neat. I mean, a couple like obvious ones, right? That easily could have been on my list. Fury of Dracula, Letters,
Yep.
Yeah.
Letters from Whitechapel,
Yeah.
both
Fury of
amazing,
Dracula.
great
Yeah.
games.
Right up there.
Yeah, 1v minis. Those are fun.
Yeah.
Horror themed.
We'll have a review coming soon of Shadowgate, The Living Castle, which we are very fortunate to get like a preview copy from
Yeah.
317
So
Studios.
excited.
It's so cool.
So
that's
the
so
art on
fun.
there is amazing. It's
looking
straight
forward-
from the game.
Yeah, looking forward to playing that. But yeah, so I
That's pretty good. That's
I
pretty
wish
good.
all lists were this easy to throw together.
I know.
What did we
Same.
miss? What game gives you the spook?
The spookies,
EBGBs.
the haunting of
squiggly
treasure hunt,
wigglies.
ghost fighters, or
Oh.
ghost fighting treasure hunters.
Yeah, or ghost stories.
Ghost
Sure,
stories.
That's something
Ghost
that we
cards.
can talk about. But yeah, so
Ghost
how are you guys doing?
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Share us with your friends. Comment.
Comment below on your favorite things.
Yeah. Let us
Halloween.
know.
Yeah.
You can follow us. You can find us at Game Talk Network on Facebook or online.
Oh,
GameTalkNetwork.com.
Also, let us know. This kind of just happened, but let us know about this format. We got this long table today with all 4 of us here. We don't even know how it turned out.
Yeah, we'll
Right.
see you in a
we will wait to hear from you to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Also, check out our friends at the Board Game Mechanics.
Yeah.
They've got a pretty okay podcast
Pretty
and
okay.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We throw stuff up on their channel sometimes.
They're currently going through their top 100 games of all time.
Yes.
So if that kind of stuff interests
Yeah.
you, that's what they're currently going through. That stuff is awesome.
And
Even though they haven't mentioned a single good game yet.
Oh wow.
oh dang, not cool.
funny.
They did talk about Abomination. I thought on the last.
They did,
episode.
yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
we were
w- I
funny, we were
don't
driving home,
remember.
we were listening to it, and they literally just talked about the game we just played.
Nice.
Right. But yeah, Jason and Katie, they're pretty okay. They've
Yeah.
been good to us. We are grateful. What else we got? Anything else? Any other news? Housekeeping?
Don't forget, if you want the things we talked about in this video, you can click that exclamation point right up there. And anything
Ding.
that couldn't fit up there, I'll make a link in the description.
It's on there.
Down there.
That's something. Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Be
have fun.
spooky.
Enjoy yourselves.
We know
Be
you can only go get
spooky.
candy for like an hour or whatever, but that's fine. Whatever.
So wear tennis shoes with your costume.
And practice safe social distancing too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sorceress.
Well, they have
distancing.
masks on.
Sorcerer's distancing.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of plague doctors this year.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
For sure.
Oh boy. That won't get obnoxious.
Sexy plague doctor.
Well, for the board game rundown, I've been Tim.
I've been Bob.
Up and down.
I'm a wizard.
He is a wizard. We'll see you next time.
Favorite horror movie? Go.
Shit.
Favorite horror movie off the top of my head?
The Shining.
Fuck. Boy.
The Thing.
I don't know.
Wolfman.
The Stuff.
I love
Monster Squad.
Oh.
Wolfman's got nards.
I love the original Halloween. That's
OG
definitely up
Halloween
there.
is fantastic. Alien.
And unpopular, but I love the original Saw. Like, I love it. So
Would you like to play a game?
I would.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.